looks like we're live.
We're live. You look live.
Very much so.
One verse from our friend who left us too soon, Julia Hickory, wrote this song. Oh, won't you come to the circle, listen to our tales. You will find you're not the only one who's hurting, and the light will shine in. This is where we begin the magic work of our healing. Well, for a little healing work tonight, I have my great old friend. We're not that old. Martha Sandefer.
Yes, we are.
It's been a little while. We've known each other since way back. We don't want to even admit.
Yeah.
And played in bars and restaurants and Holiday Inns and things like that back in the day.
Back when everybody could practice at their heart's content at a Holiday Inn. So performing for live people.
Yeah.
Oh,
who were paying no attention.
That's right. Exactly. Well,
sometimes. I think we had the attention of people.
We did. We did good work, and we made good music with some other friends.
I remember when you met Linda Ronstadt at that Sheraton Hotel, she told other people, "Oh, Martha's singing in there, and they make real music in there." That was a nice compliment.
Yeah, we had that particular gig was nice because all the folks who were playing live at the God, what was that? It was like an arena rock kind of a place that came and stayed. Linda Ronstadt, we met Peter Asher, we met Stanley Clark. I don't know if I met him, but I saw him in the lobby one time. Stanley Clark with his big long fingers. I was like, oh my God, look at those fingers. Yeah, it was great.
We actually saw Santana one evening. He kind of came by, and then the next afternoon we were playing for lunch hour and we were playing some old standard tune, and I said, "Oh well, we're the music band for this afternoon," or something, which was a stupid thing to say at the time. He said, "It's pretty music." That was nice.
Yeah.
And
so,
we
tonight
were on stage at the time, so we couldn't really have a conversation with.
That's right.
With the stars in the audience. Well, we could have, I suppose, but we didn't. Oh well.
But I wanted to say something. Tonight is a and also for folks who are not clear, we are live streaming this from two different locations, so there'll be that sort of Zoomified, delay in some of our conversation. We are going to be ending up singing live together by Memorex, actually. Who's old enough to remember? Is it live or is it Memorex?
Wow, yeah.
But we have some recorded pieces together. But it's International Women's Day coming up on Monday, and it's the month of women's history. And so we celebrate women, strong women, women of all stripes, people who are still trying to put their lives together, people who have gone a long way and put that road together for us all. So,
well, we still have an asterisk around Black History Month, Women's History Month, or some maybe it could just be history.
History, yes.
Her story. Well, pretty soon so for all the unrecognized women and the women in my life, we're gonna do music. And the first thing is actually by Miracle of Video. Here's a song of actually playing together. And it's Martha's song. Any Unitarian Universalists out there would know this song is in the UU hymn book.
I thought we were doing There's a Way first.
We are. Okay, we will. Sorry, you have to be able to read. And yes, and that by Miracle of Video, we sing together. One, two, three. I would just as soon let some days go by without worrying about things I haven't done. And I would just as soon let some time go by without worrying about battles never won. I would just as soon let a woman or a man live in peace on the land. And before we would judge the way they live their lives, we'd be prepared to lend a hand. Here's the chorus. There's a way and there's an ease to the life we lead. There's a dream of peace not so far away. There's a force and there's a flow to the life we lead. If we will just release and let it be that way. I would just as soon let all wounds heal in time without worrying about who deserves the blame. And I would just as soon there'd be no heroes in wars. Though you win, you lose, it all turns out the same. I would prefer we'd find a compromise so nobody dies in a senseless fight over how to divide the earth or seas or skies. Here's the harmony. There's a way and there's an ease to the life we lead. There's a dream of peace not so far away. There's a force and there's a flow to the life we lead. If we will just release and let it be that way. Sing it with us. There's a way. There's a way and there's an ease to the life we lead. A dream of peace. There's a dream of peace not so far away. A force and a flow. There's a force and there's a flow to the life we lead. If we will just release. If we will just release and let it be that way. I would just as soon passing fashion's delight without binding us to all in life that's vain. And I would just as soon let passions be of love and not dominance and war for selfish gain. It would be enough for me, the fleeting beauty of the wild, that I might be beguiled without boundaries, without lies, that I could see with the eyes and the wisdom of a child. There's a way. There's a way and there's an ease to the life we lead. There's a dream of peace not so far away. There's a force and there's a flow to the life we lead. If we will just release and let it be that way. One more time. There's a way and there's an ease to the life we lead. There's a dream of peace not so far away. There's a force and there's a flow to the life we lead. If we will just release and let it be that way.
Yay. Love that song.
Well, thanks.
Thank you, Jim.
That goes back a ways, and some of the songs we resurrected some songs that we did long ago together. This one is one, I guess. If we did it together, yeah, we did. Of course, I got to. I played on your album.
We did. We did
so-
it on on my little cassette tape called "The Dream Is Still Alive," which is after a song that you wrote to go on that
Yeah.
album. And yeah, I was up in Maine, where actually I kind of called Jim the brother I never had. My big brother Jim kind of dragged me up to Maine in a
Wow.
time of pretty serious crisis in my life, and it was a very fruitful time in terms of songwriting and musicality. And I wrote this song up there, and I am very proud that it has gone many places and sung by many folks, and a lot of it in churches, which is a great thing. Oh, Trisha's
Yeah.
there.
Hey,
Trisha says, I
comments.
still have Martha's cassette tape.
hey, Rick. Yeah. So this song I mentioned is in the UU hymn book, or her book, is the way they do things. So yeah. Well, let's play this video.
One, two, three, four. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. Working for it every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Oh, we are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. Feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Yeah, we can feed our every need. Let's start with love. That is the seed. We can feed our every need. Yeah, peace and freedom. Freedom is our cry. Yeah, peace and freedom. Freedom is our cry. Oh, peace and freedom is our cry. Without peace, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. Play one more, Jim. We are building a new way. Yes, we are building a new way. We are building a new way, working for it every day. We are building a new way. Yeah, we are building a new way. We are building a new way. Yeah.
I know we shouldn't apologize on camera, but we put these mixes together. I'm sorry, my guitar was louder than it needed to be there. Um,
Oh, it's fine. It
we,
is what
we're
it is.
learning. We're learning, aren't we?
Yeah, and I know that you've been doing these live streams every week, and you've really upgraded your setup, as you've gone
We're
along. And
trying to.
I'm just here with my little iPad and a shotgun mic, and so I didn't really, I
Well,
didn't have that much to adjust. So anyway,
when you start with a better subject, you get a better result.
uh,
So
aren't you
I'll
sweet?
work. I'll work on that.
Aren't you sweet? Great.
Well, you want to sing a song? I love this.
Lively.
Um,
Thank you. I'd love to do that. And I'd like to introduce it if I can, just a little bit.
yeah.
Talking about women and Women's History Month. It's funny. My sister texted my family group, which is all women, this morning, and said it was our mom's birthday, and that started a whole long trip about this and that and the other thing, which I won't go into. But my mom was an interesting person, and she's a very powerful personality. So I had that as a role model, and I've really appreciated it. She was a minister of a not very well known church, Unity, which is now much better known than it was back then, in Washington D.C., which is, of course, especially in the 50s and 60s, the central, a center of white male power, and she was quite successful at it. So I had a great role model in sort of breaking through barriers. And that takes a certain kind of power. The song is called Power. It's built on the melody of an old folk song called The Wagoner's Lad. But and I wrote this back when I was in Maine. I had read a book by Starhawk, and I forget the name of the book, but in it she talks about the quality of power with, which is a more female quality, rather than power over. So let's not get too far down the road with with
That's beautiful.
describing
That's
with
great.
describing male and female. But this whole concept of power with is such a community oriented concept and feeling. I've really appreciated her writing about that, and I think part of this song comes out of my thinking that she stimulated by that book. So it's called Power.
Yeah, Emily. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I
Sorry.
interrupted you. Um, don't forget that pitch. She knows the pitch. Emily, you could put her on the screen for this song.
Oh, hard is the fortune of all humankind. We're always controlled and often confined, controlled by the power of money and greed, confined by beliefs in aggression and need. Now, if I could give just one idea to us all, I'd say we're all one with our backs to the wall. So long as our power is rent from our hands, we will live in injustice and no hunger's demands. But power, you see, is our God-given right, not meant to defy or put others in plight. We choose how we use it, and if we choose well, we can have peace and justice. No one will know hell. Yes, the power to choose is a gift we all share. Walk proud and proclaim it. Don't sit back in fear. Let love be your guidepost. Just set your own stride. And together we'll make a great rising tide. 'Cause I see a new way that our love can unleash. See power creative, use power for peace. I don't mean the power of bombs, greed, or hate. This power, you see, is our wisdom innate. Thank you.
And what do we do? That works so well a cappella, and I learned from you that I have this song "I Am Waiting" that does. I have an accompaniment and all, but it's one that sometimes I try just a cappella because it's a whole different focus.
Right.
Just the human voice.
Yeah. And you can kind of as you can, I flex the time quite a bit in there, so you can let that ride the tide.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, it's a great song. I haven't heard it in a long time. I'm so glad
I haven't sung it in a long time, so I'm glad we have this opportunity.
Yeah. And actually, the next song we're going to do is on tape again. Even on the radio, they still say on tape. But of course, it's not tape It's not tape anymore. It's little ones and zeros on a computer or something that figures this all out.
I do have to chuckle when on the news they say we got some tape on that, or we're gonna play some tape. Like, I'm sorry, you haven't had tape in at least 20 years. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, whatever it is. It's adhesive anyway. So let all our hearts. This is called. Let All Our Hearts Open Wide. It was a song I wrote driving to a gig with the Winter Consort, and Nancy Rumble actually contributed to the words as we were driving along in the car. Hi, Nancy. Speaking of Women's Day, I'm going to get Nancy on sometime later this spring. Actually, we'll do share a concert. Wonderful singer as well as oboist, pianist, oboe, English horn, ocarina, virtuoso. So, hi, Nancy. So we'll play the video. 1, 2. It's the longer road I choose, with so many good friends left behind. How do I tell them of the trials and the peace I find? I'm tossed between two beacons that are mine. One burns fiercely, but the other shines. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day, through the darkest night. Sing it with us. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night. You only go so far on youth, and faith is my second wind. And drawing on that sweet breath, I face the world again. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night. Let all our hearts open wide, feeling the spirit deep inside. And from within, shine your light, bright as the day through the darkest night.
Half the fun playing with you, Jim, is those little interludes.
Ooh, anybody hurt? Get that guy to stop playing. Well, I'm tempted to want to reminisce about stuff. Do you remember? I was a grad assistant at University of Maryland.
University of Maryland.
I had gone to Eastman School of Music. Then I was in the Army Band and got out of the Army Band they had this release program that they were trying to, at the end of the Vietnam conflict, they were trying to dump people out of the Army. And I got out, and if you had seasonal work, like to go back to the farm or something like that, or getting a graduate assistantship, that got me out of the Army early. And I met Martha at University of Maryland, and then it was, form a band and get gigs.
Right. And I was an undergraduate at that time, so that tells you how long ago that was. Also, I'm getting an echo again. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. I got headphones in, and my headphone thing came out. So it must be coming over my speaker. If anybody else is away now?
Yes, it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So our first gig was in Manassas, Virginia, which when you think back, half a century ago, things were a little different down there, even though it wasn't far outside of Washington, D.C. We go to this gig. It was a Holiday Inn or something, a big chain thing. We are greeted by this hefty black man at the door. He opens the door smiling, and then we realize it is a white guy in blackface. Oh my God!
Yeah, this is such an embarrassing story. Do we?
Really?
Go ahead. It's just
well, we thought, should we just leave? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
but we needed the gig. And the theme was something like the Old South or
Yeah.
something, and they actually, I almost hate to say it, they had a black man hung in effigy. They had a puppet of like a lynching on this someone.
Right.
I think I went
Which,
to the manager and they took that down, but they had all this stuff that was wow. And
yeah.
wow, should
And
we play?
we
Should
had
we
already
leave?
started. Yeah, exactly. We had already, I think, done one set before we saw that, so it was extremely awkward. I have to say,
Yeah,
Manassas is doing much better now. If anybody's living in
yeah.
Manassas,
It's
Virginia, but man,
it's
we never had such a horrible gig ever again.
yeah.
But it was, oh my God, that was my first gig ever. Thank you, Jim.
Well, you should have been on my last my last New Year's Eve gig at a ski resort or something. But when I said I'm never playing at a bar again, too bad you missed that one. Well, anyway, we put in our time. That was when you played 6 nights a week, and
Yeah.
or even some afternoons and evenings, and um, yeah,
Yep.
what a
Good
trial.
practice. I never
But
was singing so good or playing so good, playing all the time.
yeah, so at that time, things were coming along like Title IX,
Right.
uh, you know, and the music that we played in the bars, there were a lot of women singers, not necessarily singer songwriters, but singers at that point, like
Right.
Linda Ronstadt and Anne Murray or Karen Carpenter, Carole King, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So you needed a girl in the group at that point, as they would say.
Okay, so
Uh,
this,
so
where are you going with
anyway,
this, Jim?
but where I'm trying to go is consciousness was sneaking in, I think, at that
Ah,
point, and next thing you know, there's women's music. Holly Near and Chris Williamson and people
right.
are, and
Yeah,
suddenly there's this thing
right.
of
In the late 70s and early 80s, that stuff started to hit. I was like,
the
wow, this is
what
fabulous.
rose up is wow, there's an audience for, and then
Yeah,
of course it goes mainstream,
yeah.
which we might hope women's history might go mainstream someday. We're going to work on that. So I guess what I'm saying is something about how we've seen a little bit of consciousness evolve, other than a huge backstep in the last 4 years, but we won't go into that.
Please.
I'm sorry I mentioned it. Let's. This is Martha's song. Tell them about New Frontiers.
Oh, another song from back when I was in Maine, and the thing about lyrics to songs when they're really good songs is they apply for like so over such a big course of time. I mean, there are songs from hundreds of years ago. The lyrics could have been written yesterday. And this is kind of like that. Power is like that also. Building a new way. I mean, we've been trying to build a new way now for,
Yeah,
for
a little
most of my
while.
life, and I'm sure from before that. So, um, and so many of your songs, Jim, are also like that. They are so pertinent at actually any point that you want to put your foot in the stream. They're really pretty pertinent.
Well, I
But
hope
anyway,
so. I
yeah,
hope so. Thank you.
yeah, they are. So, but I was kind of a little bit lost, as I said, when I was up in Maine, and so you'll hear the line. Sometimes wish I could find a manual, like computers had just come on the scene there, and everybody had manuals that they were looking through to try to figure out what in the world to do, because there was no YouTube, so people didn't have videos. You had to like read it in the
You
book and then
actually
figure it
bought
out.
books.
Yeah. So that's what the wish I
Oh
could
my
find a
gosh.
manual kind of refers to. So anyway,
Mm.
let's play it.
Miracle of video again.
Sometimes I cry when I can't see where I'm going. Sometimes I laugh when I feel my heart is showing. living without war. These new frontiers of living are a blessing and a curse. Wish I could find a manual to direct me in my search. But the truth for each of us only lies within, found in the struggles we put ourselves in. I wanna live where it's peaceful and there's plenty, open-hearted people who just give their love away. Everyone can build their dream and share their heart's desire, and each of us will know the special gifts we have to bring. These new frontiers of living are a blessing and a curse. Wish I could find a manual to direct me in my search, but the truth for each of us only lies within, found in the struggle we put ourselves in. Well, these new frontiers of living are a blessing and a curse. Wish I could find a manual to direct me in my search, but the truth for each of us only lies within, found in the struggles we put ourselves in. Sometimes I cry, but I can't see where I'm going. Sometimes I laugh if I feel my heart is showing. What becomes of those of us who dare to explore new ways of being and living without war? I wanna live where it's peaceful without war. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, I love that song. And maybe friends out there know that I like to stick extra chords in songs and reharmonize things. But that's what Martha wrote down. And I got the piece of paper right here that you sent me. That it's Berkeley manuscript paper. In fact, Berkeley College. And yeah, well, you know your chords there. You know your harmony.
I used to, that's for sure. I see a comment here, just a little bit about how the sausage is getting made here. I'm wearing the same outfit, so it's hard to tell when we go to videos, except that Jim says we go to video, but Jim is wearing a different outfit tonight.
Oh,
so
yeah. He keeps
what we
changing
did was so you recorded some stuff and sent it to me, and I was playing it and recording my part of it, and then you have some magic guy in the Ethernet who put those together. And
yeah, and Martha also then recorded Building a New Way, and sent it to me, and I recorded along with it. Yeah, and Amrit Gill, hi Amrit, he edits these things together.
Thank you, Amrit.
And
hey.
Emily is in the background running the things, pushing the buttons to get the things to happen at the right time here. And
Thank you, Emily.
I'm tempted to not do. I was going to do a song that I just did a couple of weeks ago, honoring my mom, about the braided rug that she made. I think I'll do it a different time. But I want to say this about women.
Oh, yes. Talk about a fabulous woman. Jim's daughter.
Where is it? There. Okay, I get it on the screen. I can't see the screen and hold it up. My daughter, Louisa, started this petition to change the name Colonials. That's the name of the mascot of the Shrewsbury High School. And boy, it has started this firestorm. People, if you ask me, I mean, I love my neighbors, but there seems to be a lot of free-floating anger out there that just wants to attach to something. And how dare you want to change our sacred heritage of colonialism? I've said for years, do you ever hear colonial in a good light? Is that a word that is complimentary? Healing from their colonial past or something like that. Just heard about colonialism. About Puerto Rico was in the news today, and they were saying that colonialism. Well, okay, enough. But of course, the colonialism was not only white supremacy, but it was male-dominated supremacy too. Women were also owned and chattel and controlled as women, and people of color and indigenous people were killed or moved out of the way, and all of that. That's colonialism. So unfortunately, some of it still exists. Well, I just like to sing this song. I don't know why I forgot to put it in the program, but I'm going to sing this song. We don't have we don't have TV, and Louise has grown up without TV. And at times I asked her, "Do you think we should have TV?" And she says, "No, I like telling people we don't have TV." And but we try to eat dinner together as much as possible. So we're eating dinner, and she says, "Dad, oh, I love that." She still wants to talk to me. "Dad, yeah, would you ever write a song about me?" I don't have songs about women, like women's names. Michelle, my belle. Oh, give me a break. And I've said this before, but
Donna.
And her name is G.
L.
Oh my God. Help. And I also don't have songs. Oh, I'm lonely on the road, and oh, give me a break. I'm so lucky to get to do what I do. So anyway, but right after that, I went up to Canada, and so this is the song I wrote. I have to take these out of my... I can't hear the guitar when I have the earplugs in. Leaving Halifax through New Brunswick, heading for the sun. An enduring stretch of farmland, the U.S. Customs and Route 9. It's an awful lot of not much, but an unobstructed run. The Bangor and the Turnpike, they call it the airline. Then the mountains I plunge into, the shadows they are casting. beyond sunset destination, still so long and so far. If I could hope to grasp a piece of something everlasting, I would find my home, and home is where you are. Through the dark, your voice seeks out my heart, your picture lights my phone. Close one chapter and keep moving, just this one more thing to do. That curve of nose, that shade of hair, and I am not alone. Time and distance and illusion, I'm never far from you. So many roads, so many years, more mistakes than you should know. May I live up to your dreams and the shape of life you see. For my heart will be in yours to carry everywhere you go. I can tell you that I missed you, but you know you were right there with me. I could tell you how I've fallen short of my own expectations, but you'll be sleeping when I get there, and I won't disturb your dreams. It's more burden than you need, my regrets and my reflections. I'll just bring my love and hide in there more than it seems. And now outside the door, I pause before I enter. Beyond surviving all confusion, now the truth shines clear and true. There are dreams and there's reality, and I'm about to find my center. For nothing really matters now. Let's have a look at you.
Oh my God, Jim, that is just the sweetest song.
Oh, yay.
I don't think he heard me because
Louise is
his
downstairs paying no
headphones
attention
are
to
not
me
in.
at the moment. Do I need to
Put your
put my headphones
in.
back in to hear if anybody else says something besides me?
Yes, I did. I said, "Oh my God, that was so sweet." It made me tear up. So,
Oh, thank
and
you.
if those of you who don't know Louisa, she's just the most terrific teenager. I'm so impressed. Jim,
I
you're a
lucked
great
out with that
dad,
one. Yeah.
and you're a great dad. You really are.
Well, thank you. We work on it. I do.
You clearly do.
And she's 17 now. Another year and a half in high school, and then what happens? So,
Right.
do you want to sing us another song?
Oh, sure. It's like I'm still tearing from that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's so sweet. Oh my God.
Great friend of mine who's a songwriter. He
Yes.
he listened to it, and I was waiting for him to say that it's a good song or something. He said, "Well, I didn't hear any chorus. I think home is where you are." Well, that's the title of it. Well, put that in every verse. Well, I thought it. Okay.
I muted myself so that I could tune. But I'm back here. So this is
Okay.
a song that, Jim, you introduced me to, from a woman who I'm living in Connecticut now, and she was living in Connecticut at that time, Karen Ream.
And she's still there. Karen
Is she still there?
she's not here tonight, but Hi, Karen. Uh,
Hi.
yeah.
Karen, I just want you to know this song has inspired me for a long, long time, and I love playing it. I hope I do it justice for you. I read the rag this morning. I listened to the evening news. So let's get us a new day dawning, 'cause we got nothing to lose. Now you're so downhearted, wondering if our dream is through. But I say we're just getting started, and we got plenty to do. So give me hope, give me hope. Oh yeah, the faith in the power of people and the power of love. Give me hope, give me hope. Yeah, the faith in the power of people and the power of love. Now the poor ones want cash power. The ones with the money say no. Get matter by the hour, 'cause they won't let you go. Some say let's go way back, live the way we used to do. But regression got no real payback. We gotta move it on through, yeah. Give me hope, give me hope. Oh Lord, and a faith in the power of people and the power of love. Give me hope, give me hope, yeah, and a faith in the power of people and the power of love. Now I'd love to love my fellows, I'd love to keep my cool, but it's hard to stay real mellow. You get played for the fool. Still I know you're on my side. You know she's there too. On the crest of a mighty tide, and it's a thundering through. Give me hope, oh, give me hope, yeah, yeah. And the faith in the power of people and the power of love. Give me hope, give me hope, and the faith in the power of people and the power of love. Thank you.
Karen Ream song.
Yay!
That's a great song.
It's a great
I
song.
admit I haven't thought of it in a long time, but that's great.
And it's
Karen,
another one of those that, like, it was applicable then. It was applicable in the 80s. I think was she wrote it.
yeah,
The 90s, the aughts, as they say, the teen, and it's still it's
yeah.
still pretty
Unfortunately, we
applicable.
haven't evolved
That's really
to whatever to live out our promise. Well, um, bringing it to a great climactic ending. uh, This is a song, an old Russian folk song
oh
that
yes.
became the chorus of this song. Um, and yeah, I'm just gonna. Нашей жизни. Whoops! Oh my God! Fix that. That'll be better to get that note. Нашей жизни мы должны соткать из света звук, пропеть его в ночи, что звезды слушали во сне и хоровод водили в тишине. And the proletariat marched to the fields to grow the crops. And, well, so it says if we would live our lives like a song, and so people had told me, oh, we learned that song at camp and whatever, and Susan Osborne brought it to the Winter Consort, and it had different words. It mixed singular and plural and said if and never said what, and it was obviously a translation, and I just thought I got to fix that. So, in a rush of irrational exuberance, as I say, I not only changed the words to the chorus, but I added 2 verses to the song. So now it's the chorus of the song, but then it turns into a round. So we'll play that and we'll come back and say goodbye. Thanks, Martha. This has been just so much fun.
My pleasure.
My wish for you, as now we part, is for greater peace to fill your heart with dreams as vast as starry space. So hurt and anger know no place. May truth be shared and wounds be healed, and joy for living be revealed. Through every fade and circumstance, may hope lead weary steps to dance. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May fears be turned with keen insight to wisdom for what's just and right. Where sorrow grows, compassion strong, and pains will pass before too long. May the bounds of our diversity serve a richer harmony. May courage hold your heart so true to smile on love when it smiles on you. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. Now this can turn into a 4-part round. May your life be as a song. Sing that line back. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light. Sing that. Resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night. Let's try the whole thing as a round. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing. And may your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, then softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night, ever dancing circles in the night.
Yay!
Thanks. So I forgot to say anywhere in this concert that we really would much appreciate if you want to use that paypal.me/JimScottMusic, or Venmo is there, and or on my website jimscottmusic.com there is a button for donations and custom payments, and we much appreciate donations for this concert. And it's been just a great pleasure, Martha. When we all get vaccinated and the world comes back to some semblance of order, we'll make music live.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. Or hey, women. Sorry. Old habits.
Hey, women
by
and
heart.
men. That was Pete Seeger's favorite thing. He's women and men. Yeah, I love it. So thanks so much, Martha, and thanks everybody
My pleasure. Thank you.
for joining in, and we love your comments too as well. So come back next week. It's going to be next week. The time changes. I'm calling it Spring Forward. So thank you, everybody. Love each other. Be well, and we'll see you next week. Good night.